And so the important question to ask people, Mike and I were just talking about this today, are you wasting my time? Are you a person from Porlock? That means nothing to you, right? Okay, so Samuel Coleridge was a
No,
famous 19th
over
century
my head.
British poet. So he was a famous 19th century British poet, and he smoked some really good opiate shit one day, right? Lay down on the couch and had the most amazing vision for a poem of an exotic Scheherazade-style land, and he got up and he wrote a poem called Kubla Khan. An amazing, wonderful, beautiful, sensual, delicious poem that's not finished. Not finished. Do you know why it's not finished? Because he lived near a village called Porlock, and a pompous, officious little bastard from Porlock came and went ding, 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 knocked on his door and said, "Hey, Sammy, I need to talk to you about some totally boring shit." Now, he was British, so he's like, okay, well, I guess we got to come in. I want to be impolite, right? I'm sure I'll finish this poem later, right? Person from Portland comes in and says, well, you know, the council is thinking of expanding some of the park issues, and this may have some impact on the shadows of the oak trees to the right of your garden. And we're just sort of wondering if you wanted to get involved in a council meeting, perhaps to talk about it. And so he sat there with this pompous douchebag for half an hour, drives the guy out of his house finally with that icy British mace of, oh, I'm busy in some undefined way. If you could move on. And then he went back to finish his poem, and it was gone. It was gone from his brain, and the end of this poem will never, ever be known. Ever. Oh, so tragic.
I
But
thought
at
you were going
least
to
he
say
knew
he couldn't
about the
finish it
council
because he
meeting.
OD'd on the opium.
No, he didn't OD on the opium. Opium made a great poem for the guy, right? Hey, cocaine
Uh,
gave us Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm ambivalent about drugs. But anyway, the person from Porlock killed this guy's beautiful poem. Ah, Mike, get me the beginning of that poem. People have to hear it. It's just beautiful. Um, but Kubla Khan, Kublak, Khan, sorry, Khan, I think. And oh God, I mean, interrupty shit. Are you wasting my time? I mean, I wish he'd just. I mean, I frankly, he shot the guy. The poem is worth killing someone over. I wish he just shot the guy, done the time, and finished the poem. Okay, that's the non-aggression
yeah.
principle. But really, it's a nice poem. And this "Are you wasting my time" is really, really important. Kublai Khan, Kublai,
I know you're
oh,
making me feel like I got to end the call right now.
Kublai. I'm sorry.
I said, now you're making me feel like we should end the call right now. Maybe I am wasting everyone's time.
Okay, good. No, listen, you're not wasting my time because you're allowing me to do a rant on don't waste my time. So with people, it's like, is my conversation with you going to add to maximum world peace in whatever time I have left, right?
Yeah. It's a good way to frame it.
It's not Kublai, I was right. I even got the spelling right. All right, are you ready?
We're ready. I'm ready.
Are you ready? I'll just read you a little bit. He says, it's Kubla Khan by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, or a vision in a dream, a fragment. Why is it a fragment? Because people wasted his time and killed his inspiration. Okay, are you ready? This is beautiful stuff. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alph the sacred river ran through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground with walls and towers were girdled around. And there were gardens bright with sinuous rills where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were forests ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. But oh, that deep romantic chasm which slanted down the green hill athwart a cedarn cover. A savage place as holy and enchanted as air beneath a waning moon was haunted by woman wailing for her demon lover. And from this chasm, with ceaseless turmoil seething, as if this earth in fast thick pants were breathing. A mighty fountain momently was forced, amid whose swift, half-intermitted burst huge fragments vaulted like rebounding hail, or chaffy grain beneath the thresher's flail. And mid these dancing rocks at once and ever it flung up, momentarily, the sacred river. 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns, measureless to man, and sank in tumult to a lifeless ocean. And mid this tumult Kubla heard from far ancestral voices prophesying war. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. It's delicious, delicious. And
Beautiful reading.
gone, baby. Killed by an officious, pompous little nobody who wanted to talk to him about absolutely nothing.